Alright, so I lied and I'm changing my mind, and I actually am going to show you my getting back. And it's gonna... This is actually a tactic that I developed when I got over my fear of, oh god, I have to do the game without dying, because yes, I have to backtrack like 40 screens. Let's find something stronger. Here we go. Or, I can die, intentionally. And yeah, it's sad music. But, here's the thing. I'm back. A good 30 screens or so. There's my password, in case you're looking. And then... I seriously take a right, start moving up, and... oh god. I'm back, and have probably saved even myself 20 minutes of time. Death is not that big a deal in this game. If you're trying to do a no-death run, then yeah, that's a different story, but... realistically, the first time you play it through this, nobody's gonna fault you. And... immediate chips. Forever. Power-ups forever. I love it. You can just do it infinitely. It's also great for restoring health if you... oh boy! Go away. I hate when they do that. And unfortunately, I can't set up a diagonal here to get it all back, so... I'll have to take my little measly health, and... Corridor 1's dead! So we're leaving Corridor 1. Let's instead hit up corridors... It'll be corridors 2 and 12, but not necessarily in that order. Also, this theme that you're hearing right now, this music, if you get it, if you can find it remixed on YouTube, there's like this guitar remix of it, and it's amazing. And once again, there's password. There's a pause button. Use that. I'm not gonna sit here for half an hour while you take down that ridiculous password. I'm invincible. I'm invincible. Hit me all you want. I don't care. And... it's right off quick here. Those little spike balls, I hate. The red bouncy balls, I hate those too. But 4 screens in... and it's a corridor. And we're going. This one is fairly intense. However, I have the side laser, so those fish are a joke. That shot's a joke, that shot's a joke. Winning by doing absolutely nothing. Wow, I didn't expect it to work that long. And as you can see, I'm just holding down one weapon. And now it gets a little more interesting. Briefly. And since I'm using such short bursts of this as opposed to holding it, it's just consuming so little weapon energy. Here's some health. Now, if you didn't have the power ball like this, those eyes would actually be a problem. They're not, though. And once again, let's make this part trivial. Ooh. I'm at the boss already, which is good. It's a short little thing, and... I don't have a lot of chips, but I probably don't need them. It's you again! And you are the more aggressive version that I spoke about in the first video, where you spit out 4 of your little... Wow, that was really ridiculously quick. And I get all my chips back. So, yeah, that was easy. And that's the thing about this game. A lot of the bosses are very easy if you know the weapon combinations that you need. If you've done your exploring. What do I get? What do I get? I get the laser. You cannot use the laser on the ground levels. It is strictly for the air levels, and it is probably the most powerful weapon in the game, even more so than the power ball. And now we're at the point where this one's interesting because you actually can stand in the arena for the boss fight. Oh, it's this one. Once again. This one's a different colored one, so it's going to take a few more hits. Oh, goodness. And once again, it's trivial. This time, looks like a new gun, but what this actually does is it actually raises your attack power. You'll see under Chip Max I now have 2 guns beside my attack, which means I'm dealing... I want to say roughly 150% damage now. And this is why I came here. I knew this already, but not everybody will. To remove the seal for corridor number 2, touch everywhere. Giggity goo. So, now we're going to follow the arrow, for lack of anything better to do. And I'm not really concerning myself with killing everything unless it's to avoid damage. Or pick up power-ups, because realistically, I'm not getting another one of these little health power-ups until 500,000 points. And there's another rapid-fire power-up. I mean, it's really hard to tell that I'm getting, you know, any kind of rapid-fire as it stands, because the rapid-fire is already fast. But it also slightly increases the speed of your bullets, which is great. And we have another dead end, which means I think this one's a shop. Hate you. Which means I don't want to spend any of my chips right yet. I will sell only one of these to you. I can get another attack speed power-up, a little health, which is dumb, or I can pick up a weapon that I already have. Well, that's the fun part. By doing so, you upgrade it. See how the little icon is green? It's now, what, level 2. It actually now deals increased damage, has increased reach, and also costs more chips now. Each weapon can be brought to level 3, except for the one weapon that I haven't earned yet. And some of them get insanely powerful, though one of them is glitched. One of them is a rather infamous glitch that never got fixed, which I'll go over when I get there. This isn't... it is the corridor. So I could go to corridor 2 and finish this right now, or I can do the smart thing and explore around a little bit more. There's still power-ups to be had, after all. Whoop. Another boss. And this one, as we remember, will go through... oh boy. Will go through the wall to attack you, and I don't actually have any chips, so I have to fight this the legit way. When you have no weapon energy, the best thing you can do is set yourself to no use. Ah, he glitched out for a second, that's great. Because when you have no use on, you're actually allowed to have more bullets on screen at once. Wonderful. Even more wonderful. So now I have the 200 level, and I can actually show off that this is much faster and more powerful. As a matter of fact, we're going to keep it out. I can fire for longer before I lose my regular fire power-up. Whoops. And that's also a very happy sight. gives me a little bit of health. And you need those power-ups, because eventually you just start taking so much damage so quick. This is just, it's back to the corridor, but hey, at least we got some health and some chips to show for it. Now remember the clue? We're supposed to touch everywhere. Well, touch everywhere on what? Oh. And now for the last of the undersea-style corridor levels. This is where the game gets a little more intense, because check these fish out. They actually would have been hard, and then this part's actually kind of tricky, because you get hit by a lot of projectiles at once. You really start to get a feel for the game's difficulty flavor here. But your best bet, just kill everything quickly. Especially anything that likes to spew tons and tons of shots on the screen. That is your best defense. Just swift offense. That was mistimed. That wasn't. And as you can see here, the difference in power between when you have 200 chips and 199 chips for your basic shot is obscene. It's remarkable. So you'll notice that sometimes I like to try to be a bit stingy with my weapon use here, but I'm gonna have one equipped just in case. Actually, this would also be a good chance to show off the laser, which I'll do for this level's boss. I almost want to do this boss twice just to demonstrate how to do it right and how to do it wrong. Because, once again, this is just a show of the bosses are easy if you know how to handle them. Lots of starfish at 100 points apiece. The sideswipe fish are the best, though, because they're at 300 apiece. I think the highest amount of points you can get from a single enemy is through one of those barriers in the first stage. They come back, and they're worth 1,000 points if you actually have firepower enough to contend with them. Another fish? No, a crab. And this one will stay just up and down, just like this. If I were to start moving, so would he, and he starts to bounce really rapidly. Now that I have the laser, I'm just gonna cut through him and all his projectiles. Sure, I'm gonna take hits, but the thing is I'm gonna run into power-ups as they come. It's just basically equip the weapon, hold both buttons down, win. And as a result, I get a key that will open up more of the map. And whatever I get for destroying this. And I get an upgrade to the lightsaber, which doesn't actually increase its range, but it does dramatically increase its power, and as you can see, a little bit more of the map has opened up, and there are 2 more corridors. One's optional, one is not. So this is a good place to stop here. And when we come back, we're going to see a new part of the world. Stay tuned.